Tylenol has long been considered the only safe pain medication to take during pregnancy. For more on this, let's bring in Molly Ola Pinney. She's founder, CEO of Global Autism Project. Molly, you're considered a leading voice on autism, and you have fought much of your life fighting misinformation and fear about autism. So you're a good person for us to talk to. Based on what we know, is there solid evidence based on science that shows Tylenol causes autism?
No. There's not. And I think, to come out and say that there is extraordinarily irresponsible, extraordinarily dangerous. As you mentioned, I have spent the last 20 years working internationally. I've worked in over 20 countries around the world, and I have seen firsthand the danger of attributing autism to things that are untrue. I think this is going to cause a lot of confusion, a lot of fear. And, I think the bigger issue is if we do figure out the cause of autism, what about all of the kids right now who have autism? What about all of the adults who are autistic right now? I think that's really a better place for us to be focused. If we want to look at the cause, fine, but we need to look at it with science. And with no new information, with no science supporting this, the president has said that this causes autism. You said yourself in the introduction, countries are pushing back against this. The FDA is pushing back against this. So I think that too. Yeah.
Yeah. So Molly, apologies for interrupting you. So what do we know about factors behind rising cases of autism? Surely environmental factors, perhaps more screening, more awareness. I mean, all of that plays a role, doesn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely plays a role, and again, I've worked in countries where people say, oh, the rates are extraordinarily low. Well, if you actually go to those countries and you actually work in those countries, you will find in some countries, there's 1 or 2 people who are able to diagnose autism. So of course the rates are extraordinarily low. When I started the Global Autism Project 20 years ago, we said 2 to 5 out of 10,000 people have autism. That number is now 1 in 36. And you're exactly right. There are a lot of factors that contribute to that increase.
So what are the risks and dangers of Donald Trump's medical guidance that we heard a short time ago?
I think the risks are really, first of all, this is nothing new, right? Blaming choices that mothers have made on causing autism is nothing new. Back in the 70s, we had the refrigerator mother. In the countries around the world where I've worked, there is this concept that somebody has placed a curse on the family, and so with this sort of confusion around what causes autism, it keeps people unfocused on what we can do to support those who are autistic and in our community and our society today.
And I should just also know, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Donald Trump also suggested people injecting bleach into their veins would kill the virus. So moving forward, what do you want to see from this administration when it comes to autism?
That's a great question. What I would love to see is to, first of all, not cut services through the Department of Education. That's going to be extraordinarily harmful. To not cut services through Medicaid, and in fact, to do just the opposite, to dedicate more resources to autism, to dedicate more resources to people who are living with autistic loved ones every day, and to adults on the spectrum. A lot of our focus goes towards children and adolescents, and if this administration truly wanted to make a difference for this community, they would be engaging with, listening to, and creating solutions for the autistic adult community as well.
All right, Molly Ola Pinney, thank you very much.